What are the 5 most frequent kinds of scientific malpractice? Image end result for medical malpractice lawyer. What are the 5 most common types of medical malpractice lawsuits? Misdiagnosis. Failure to diagnose and sickness is a frequent clinical mistake. Surgical errors. Failure to treat. Birth injuries. Prescription drug errors. Which aspect of malpractice is hardest to prove? Many articles talk about what negligence is and how to show it. However, the least understood issue amongst these 4 is causation. Additionally, out of these 4 elements, causation is normally the most hard to prove, mainly in scientific malpractice cases. What are 3 of the most frequent clinical malpractice claims? In no specific order, the following are kinds of the most frequent clinical malpractice claims: misdiagnosis or delayed diagnosis, failure to treat, prescription drug errors. How a great deal are most clinical malpractice settlements. Average award of clinical malpractice lawsuits. The common scientific malpractice agreement in the United States awards $242,000. Those that go to trial common round $1 million. Minor settlements solely pay out-of-pocket expenses. What are the 4 matters that have to be established to win a clinical malpractice suit? To do so, 4 prison factors ought to be proven: expert responsibility owed to the patient, breach of such duty, damage induced by means of the breach, and ensuing damages. What are the 4 C's of malpractice? Recognizing that you are an imperfect human being who will make mistakes, you can, despite the fact that, minimize your danger of inflicting harm and of being sued successfully. Start by way of practicing excellent chance management, constructing on the historic adage of 4 Cs: compassion, communication, competence, and charting. What is the most frequent cause sufferers sue their doctors? 1. Failure to diagnose or extend in diagnosis. The most frequent allegation is failure to diagnose in a well-timed manner. The most frequent ailment for this allegation is breast cancer. What are 5 of the most frequent blunders that lead to scientific malpractice claims? 5 common medical errors that lead to medical malpractice claims. Misdiagnosis and failure to diagnose. According to CBS News, about 12 million humans who get hold of outpatient care are victims of some structure or misdiagnosis every year. Prescription errors. Surgical errors. Anesthesia errors. Childbirth errors. What is the most frequent motive for malpractice fits that are successful? Failure to diagnose a patient's clinical circumstance is a main motive of malpractice lawsuits. A malpractice lawsuit is something medical practitioners dread, however one that most will journey over the route of their career. What proof do you want for scientific negligence? Image result. Other than your personal non-public scientific records, you will want your personal assertion, and these from any other witnesses, as to the facts of the negligence or extent of the accidents precipitated to your health. What 3 gadgets have to be proved to declare negligence? Most civil complaints for accidents allege the culprit was once negligent. To win in a negligence lawsuit, the sufferer should set up 4 elements. The culprit owed an obligation to the victim. The perpetrator breached the duty. The breach induced the harm. The sufferer suffered damages. Why are malpractice instances so tough to win? It is difficult, and consequently expensive, to display to a jury that a healthcare company acted unreasonably. It is frequently at least as difficult, and consequently at least as expensive, to show that the negligence, instead than the underlying sickness or injury, is what harmed the patient. What is the largest payout in a lawsuit? Number 1. The 1998 Tobacco Master Settlement Agreement. There is no doubt about the biggest ever classification motion settlement. The 1998 Tobacco Master Settlement Agreement is additionally the largest civil litigation settlement in U.S. history. At $246 billion, it is not likely to be crushed anytime soon. How lengthy do most clinical malpractice instances take? 2-3 years. On average, most clinical malpractice instances take 2-3 years to settle. However, if a clinical malpractice case does now not